they realize that they're as important as anybody else in this company.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Your hauling or moving project has arrived, and College Hunks Hauling, Junk, and Moving has you covered. Honest. Uniformed. Nice. Knowledgeable. Service. College Hunks Hauling, Junk, and Moving.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Burtner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment, whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Hey, Conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The Conductor only plays his favorites.
Being a man used to be simpler. You guard the cave, provide sustenance, honor thy name. A handshake sealed the deal, and a word was a promise. Today, things are a bit more complicated. We try to impress people we don't know by acquiring things we don't need. We have friends lists, but few real friendships. Things like integrity and kindness have fallen by the wayside. How can we know if we measure up when the scale is constantly changing? The Freemasons believe that a man's job is to be the best version of himself possible, to pursue truth and self-discovery, to give more and take less. We connect with our fellow man so that we may learn from each other, to challenge one another to live up to our highest ideals. We believe a man should be judged by his strength of character, his willingness to make sacrifices to improve both himself and the lives of those around him. For hundreds of years, the Freemasons have helped men find more meaning, to make connections with other men in a way that truly matters. For those seeking a deeper sense of purpose, a chance to make lasting friendships, to reach higher, to find more.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
A pleasant good evening, everyone, and welcome to High School Hoops on IndianaSRN. We're on the south side of Indianapolis tonight in the friendly confines of Roncalli's new stadium, about, give or take, 6-8 months old, as the Roncalli Royals set to do battle as they welcome in fellow Circle City Conference member, the Heritage Christian Eagles. The Royals at 8-9 on the season, coming in averaging about 55 points per contest. Meanwhile, the Eagles averaging 59 a game, and it's 7-7 on the year. It's going to be a fun one tonight. Plenty of action to be had with the home stretch of the high school basketball season upon us. We're very close to the second season of play. And hello again, everybody. I'm Jimmy Cook, alongside, so happy he is back, off the mend, the coach, Keith Myers. Coach, Happy to have you back in the saddle, sir.
Thank you, Jimmy. And let me just take 60 seconds or so to thank the fans, the coaches, the athletic directors, our staff of IndianaSRN. It's been a very tough 9 days, but it's good to be back, and good back to be able to see vertically and horizontally and not to fall down. What a gift the Lord has given me to be able to do and work with great people. And we really want to, my wife and I really want to thank everyone who's sent cards, letters, and thank yous. We really appreciate that, and so thank you. Cannot wait for this Circle City Classic game, and we'll be back with our pregame show after this 30-second timeout.
This is the Frells family's land. When the sun comes out, the kids run and play right there. This used to be a shed. Now, it's where they get breakfast. This is more than just land. It's home. The Frells family runs with us on a John Deere 1 Series tractor. His land isn't the only thing that should live on for generations. Nothing runs like a Deere. Search John Deere 1 Series for more.
Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
Welcome back to Roncalli High School, the site of tonight's contest between the Heritage Christian Eagles and the Roncalli Royals. Jimmy Cook alongside the coach Keith Myers. As we roll right along with our pregame show, let's dive a little bit deeper into both these teams. For the Heritage Christian Eagles, they had previously lost 5 straight before a contest earlier this week against LaPel on the road, where they win by 9, getting their season back to 500 and kind of riding the ship for them. And let's start there, Coach. The Eagles had their struggles in that midpoint of the season, a mid-season slump, if you will, but are hoping that that win over LaPel is a chance for them to turn the corner and put together a little win streak heading into the postseason.
I really thought that losing streak, they're a young ball club still, have some seniors, but their nucleus is built around a couple of sophomores and a couple kids that maybe don't know how to win games varsity-wise. And coaching staffs go through that up and down, but they had a great game against LaPel. Played LaPel, beat them by 5, a pretty good, steady LaPel ball club. So on the road, went and won a game. Now they're in a confine that they have a hard time winning here at Roncalli. And let's see what they can do. Again, it's a Circle City Conference game. So it's a great game to put a notch in your belt loop, if you will, to get you ready for the next season, because the next season starts in less than 2 weeks.
Yeah, these rivalry games within the conference are always a treat. We're so happy you, the viewer, are able to be along for the ride with us tonight. Looking now at the Royals of Roncalli. Since the 23rd of January, they've lost 4 of their last 6. And those within the program think that there might be, we haven't confirmed it yet, we're still waiting to get an official look at the book, but there might be a significant lineup change tonight for Roncalli as they try to get pieces moving back in the right direction with sectional play just a few weeks away.
Well, in high school basketball, you got to score points, and if you're not scoring an average of 40, 45 points a game, and you're only giving up 30. And Heritage is a good example of that, Jimmy, is last year they only averaged about 30 points a game, didn't win many games. Roncalli's are struggling right now of finding offense, and so it's time to maybe mess up your lineup a little bit and see where kids stand and see where they want to be and see if the effort is there. This Roncalli Royals team has always been very consistent. Way back when Johnny Worth coached this ball club, have been very consistent of scoring and finding kids to want to play hard. And right now, Roncalli is maybe struggling with that a little bit.
Well, they're in the middle of a 5-game homestand as Roncalli. That'll conclude next Friday night when they host Guerin Catholic. Golden Eagles, of course, are 15-3 on the season right now and have won 8 of their last 9. As for Heritage Christian, we mentioned that they won at LaPel 55-46. That was their first win in 6 games, which puts them at that 7-7 mark. This series for Roncalli and Heritage Christian has featured dominance from Roncalli over the years. The Royals lead the all-time series 9-1 and won last year on the Eagles' home floor 50-30. So they're opponents that know each other well. and Heritage Christian hoping that they're able to notch together their second win in the all-time series meetings.
Well, you got to remember, we did that game last year, and at halftime, Heritage Christian only had 14 points. So talking about points, you got to have points, you got to score, and you got to play well. As you look at the three officials tonight, Mike Eason, Stu Casper, and Kevin Lewis are our officials tonight. So I tell you what, you got three of the best officials in the state of Indiana in the house tonight, and that's going to be kind of cool to see those guys work as you see the huddle there. Coach Wallace does a great job of getting his kids, knowing what they're doing, and it should be a very interesting contest.
One of my players to watch for tonight is on the Eagles side of things. That, of course, is the sophomore in Miles Colvin, averaging right around 18 points per contest. So often this season, the way he goes is the way the Eagles go. They could use a strong performance from him tonight on the road. And
I think for Roncalli, a kid that you got to watch is the Lauk kid, Trevor Lauk, 44'6'7", 245. Be ready to go with that kid.
Trevor Lauk was a part of a JV team that went 18-3 last year. He's averaging about 6 points per contest. And expected to remain in the starting lineup tonight is the 6'6" sophomore. Average about 6.5 rebounds per game as well the last two games. Couple look at the analytics tonight. 88th overall, Roncalli is ranked in the Sagarin ratings, 52nd in Class 4A. Heritage Christian ranked 144th overall and 26th in Class 2A. We mentioned the series history, 9-1 in favor of Roncalli. Last year's meeting, 50-33 advantage for the Royals. John Harrell has a 63-50 win for Roncalli, though I could easily see this game being one that is back and forth and is a single-digit contest coming right down to the wire. Yeah,
I think you're right, Jimmy, and we'll have the keys of the game when we come back, but it should be a fun game. Stay with us, grab you some popcorn, get you a Coke, and enjoy the game because this should be one well of a game.
We'll have it for you in just a moment on IndianaSRN.
What's the number one misconception you think about Freemasonry?
Well, I think most people just think of Freemasonry as some kind of secret society, and you go with some of the rumors out there and so on, and they really don't understand who we are. They don't understand that we are a fraternity of brothers first, and our obligation is to take care of each other and our widows and orphans, etc., within our group. They don't understand what the fraternity part of Freemasonry really is, and that's the misconception that's out there. I think first and foremost of anyone that wants to join Freemasonry, I'd like them to know that it's really not a secret society. You may say it's a society with a secret because we have some handshakes and some passwords that you could easily find down in a library if you get the right book. Freemasonry is more, it's a brotherhood, it's a fraternity, it's a way of sharing common thoughts and everything with people of all different vocations that really understand of getting together on the level. Whether you're a judge or a police officer or a janitor, you're all on the same level when you're in a Masonic lodge room. And I think that's one of the greatest things, that you can sit with people of all vocations, but you have that certain thing in common, that you're all brothers.
Hey, it's Keith Myers from Indiana Sports Radio Network. Well, thank you that you're watching the game tonight on IndianaSRN. If you would like to know more information about IndianaSRN, send me an email, coach@indianasrn.org. As vice president of this company, we hope that you sit back and enjoy the game. It's IndianaSRN, where you're always in the game.
Back at Roncalli High School, Jimmy Cook alongside the coach Keith Myers. Let's take a look at the starters for both teams. First for the visiting Heritage Christian Eagles at 7-7 on the year. At one guard, a 6'4 sophomore averaging 18 points per game, number 11, Miles Colvin. At another guard, a 5'11 senior averaging 5 points per contest, number 12, Alex Belmer. At a forward, a 6'3 senior, number 20, Darren Cobb, averaging 3 points per game. At another forward, a 6'3 sophomore, number 30, Andrew Wiggins, averaging 5.4 points per contest. And another guard, a 6'2", junior number 31, John McLemore, averaging 7.7 points per game. Head coach is Warren Wallace in his first season, 7-7 on the campaign. For the Roncalli Royals, the home Royals, 8-9 on the season. At one guard, a 5'9", junior number 11, Luke Aller, averaging a point per contest. Again, we mentioned a couple lineup shift changes here for the Royals tonight. At another guard, a 5'11", junior number 20, Caden Gore, averaging 1.5 points per game. At a forward, a 6'3", junior number 25, Aiden Leffler, averaging just under 7 points per game. At another forward, a 6'4", sophomore, number 34, Luke Kegaris, averaging about 2 points per contest. And rounding them out is the center at 6'6", and a sophomore, number 44, Trevor Lauk, averaging 6.4 points per contest. Head coach is Michael Wantz in his 19th season, 264 and 155 at the helm of the Rebels. Ball was tapped, make that the Royals. First time it happened tonight. Mark it down, put it in the coin jar.
I am putting it in the coin jar.
The tip belongs to Heritage Christian. This first quarter brought to you by the Morales Group. Early feed inside to Darren Cobb. And Miles Colvin controls. One of our players to watch for tonight. Coach, keys to the game first just for the Eagles while they're on offense here.
They got to continue the pace that they played against LaPel, and they got to pick up where that is. And then they also have to rebound. They got to win the rim edge, and they have to hit the open looks. If there's an open look they had, they got to knock those down, or it's going to be a long night.
On the other side for the Royals, their keys to success.
They got to protect the home court. I think they got to really protect the home court. They also have to crash the boards. They have to eliminate the turnover, and then they got to be inside out tonight to be successful.
Kegaris operates right in front of the Heritage Christian bench. They try to jump a passing lane. McLemore did. Up ahead quickly. Colvin unable to gather it. Royals control. We talk about this everywhere we go, and it helps, I guess, to, in all fairness, is there's a nice pass down low that I am an alum of Roncalli's. A nice spin move there and an adjustment and finish by Aiden Leffler. However, I've been blessed to be able to be a part of the Heritage Christian community the last 2 years and enjoy both programs a great deal, but didn't want to observe because we do work so closely with the Circle City Conference. They're the three out front. It's off the mark. Just how beautiful and nice it is, this gymnasium.
It is a very beautiful gymnasium, and, you know, I missed the stage down at the end, but, boy, everything else is bright and colorful, and, man, I tell you what, the athletic department and administration has really done a great job with this facility.
Yeah, it's a real turning point for Roncalli's campus. I completely agree with you. The old woodshed will always have a special place in my heart, but it's nice to have new fun, shiny toys are always fun, Coach, and particularly when the kids are getting to play on this stage. It's a fun venue for the conference for years to come, as there's a tough shot by Lauk that's contested, and we're exchanging turnovers left and right. But anyway, I think this is going to be a nice, fun venue for not just the Royals that come after this class, but also the visiting clubs like Heritage Christian to have just another iconic standard-bearing venue within the Circle City Conference rotation.
And we'll close that thought with it's big enough that they now can host sectionals, and I think they can also hold a small regional in it, and that's kind of a blessing to have another Indianapolis school to be able to do that.
Cobb off the mark, rebound taken by the Royals. I was always envious of that as a student. I would always ask our administrators, well, why can't we hold a section? Oh, we don't have the capability to do it. There's not enough space there. There's a foul over to the side. We'll have to see where it's at. That'll go on Darren Cobb, his first on either team. But no, we wish all the best to the Roncalli community as they get set up for what they hope will be a site for big events moving forward. They're going to say that was off the leg of Aiden Leffler. We'll go back to Heritage Christian. 2-0 your score. Leffler's working the post and freezing the defender up in the air. That lone basket for Roncalli. Heritage Christian looking to get on the board. We mentioned how it's been an up-and-down season for them, but when they've been on, they've been near the top of the conference.
Boy, I tell you what, when they hit their ocean shots, they are deadly, and if they get hot three-point land, it's kind of hard to cool them off.
Colvin battling, and one. Put it on the line for Miles Colvin, a chance for an old-fashioned three-point play. There's your playmaker for Heritage Christian. Averaging 18 and 5. His father, of course, Roosevelt Colvin, played linebacker at Broad Ripple, then stops at Purdue, Chicago, and then won 2 Super Bowls with the New England Patriots. Fondly thinking of.
I mean, is that all?
I'm sure fondly thinking of old Tom Brady hoisting more Lombardi trophies over the weekend. There's a foul against Andrew Wiggins, and of course, Raven Colvin headed to Purdue.
Great volleyball player. Going to make some big time noise at Purdue.
Going to miss getting to call her games. Skip pass. Working in the corner.
You see where Lauk is just trying to set up and trying to set position. Now he'll go down low. This is where he's pretty good right here.
Lauk gives to Gore. Nice find. Caden all the way, and he's hacked. There were two people there. Good show of sportsmanship there by Darren Cobb. He was in the area, as was Colvin. If it's on Cobb, it's his second. It'll go on Miles. That'll be his first. 1 point lead for Heritage Christian. Approaching the midway point of this first quarter. Jimmy Cook alongside the coach Keith Myers. Tonight's game brought to you by Alley Cat Gymnastics. Do you have a child attending a daycare or preschool in the greater Indy area? Are they interested in gymnastics or a Ninja Warrior class? Alley Cat Gymnastics is a mobile program that brings the fun to your child's school or daycare. We even have ninja classes for your little warrior. For more information, visit our website at www.alleycatgymnastics.com or call us at 317-820-9484. Caden Gore gets into the scorebook, ties us at 3.
Really a slow, quiet pace here. Both teams are just really feeling themselves out.
Colvin, nice move, throws the defender and sticks the landing.
Yeah, it's all 5 points.
Miles Colvin 5, Roncalli 3.
Yeah, how about that?
Definitely going to need more from the supporting cast as there's Lauk, the big fella. Got his own board. A lot of contact on the putback. Gets it to go. Only a sophomore is that big fella.
No.
Him and Colvin are going to have some duels, I think, the next 2 years. There's a layup by Wiggins. Andrew will be in that conversation, of course, as well as a sophomore.
Yeah, Dave Lauk is his dad, and I'm sure that Mama and Dad advise a lot of Taco Bell for that young man.
I'm sure there's nutrients mixed in there as well, but
nothing but better Burrito Supreme and an orange. Maybe that's good there, right?
I love Taco Bell as much as the next guy.
It's right down the street from the school.
But I eat Taco Bell, and I would make the case that the sophomore Trevor Lauk looks significantly better than I do.
All right. I'm back.
There's an entry pass that was kicked.
You missed me, haven't you?
I did.
9 days away.
Forgot what you looked like. It was a good.
I appreciate it. I should have sent you a picture. No, you wouldn't have liked what you saw.
Well, in all seriousness, though, Coach, shout out to Debbie for taking such good care of you. And I know I speak for everybody here at the network that we're happy to have you back in the saddle. Catch and shoot 3 in the corner. Short, rebound Miles. So deadlocked at 5. A laser pass by Colvin just off the fingertips there of Wiggins.
Now, that was a pretty play for Colvin. I think he could have maybe just dribbled down the court, but he saw his open man, and you got to catch that ball.
Matthew Babb checks into the ball game for the Royals. Lauk will take a seat. Also into the game is Jack Belt for the Eagles. Belt averaging about 8 points per game. Whether he's been a starter or off the bench, he's been a critical piece for Heritage Christian. Kagaris.
Man-to-man here for Heritage Christian.
Babb controls. Matched up with Mason Kay, who also checked into the ball game for Heritage Christian.
See, if you're a Roncalli Royal, you like this play because now all of a sudden you're taking time off the clock and you're getting what you want.
Jump ball tie-up forced by Mason Kay. Leffler ran out of room. Tried to initiate contact. The officials made the right call there. Great defense by Heritage Christian.
Yeah, straight up and down. Good defense. We talked about the regional that Roncalli is in tomorrow. We have that regional for you. on IndianaSRN. Also Regional 50 down in southwestern of Shelby. Both games on the network tomorrow.
Colvin hangs from the elbow. It's good.
My goodness.
All 7 of the Eagles' points for the sophomore Miles Colvin. And Heritage Christian back in front.
And if you're Coach Wallace, you can't take him out because he's your offense.
Got to ride the hot hand as long as you can. Aller. Luke kicks it. Nice ball movement. Long 3 in the corner. Hits the iron. K clears. Just over 90 seconds left in the quarter. Miles, look out. Oh, might have traveled with it.
Yeah, that's a good call by the official. It was touched, but he caught it down before that ball was touched.
He couldn't make up his mind if he wanted to go up for the drive or kick it out in the corner. Royals dodge a bullet there. Lynn. Kegaris for 3. That won't go. Tried to follow his shot. Rebound cleared by McLemore.
They are 0 for 4 from three-point land.
Colvin. Nice crossover. He's fouled on the floor. It will go on him. Correction, that'll go on Kegaris. Thought that was going to go on Lynn. Kegaris was also there. His first, second on the team. Colvin at the line, a 70% free throw shooter, has all 7 of the Eagles' points. That one short. He'll have one more. Kay will check out. Another key cog for the Eagles, Jonathan Dorsch, comes in.
Played JV for 3 games last year and then said, let's
Plucked
move him up.
Plucked him right off the JV roster. Colvin splits. And he's been a key component ever since. Lead is 3. Largest by either team so far tonight. 1 minute to go in this first quarter. Nice give and go. And a finish. Braden Leffler, he's got 4. Back to a 1-point game. Catch and shoot. Won't go that time for Belt. Battling for the board is Colvin, and he draws some contact. That's something we haven't seen all season long, not just for Colvin, but for all of the the Eagles rather, is crashing the glass immediately right off the first attempt.
He timed it just right, too. That was a high rebound off the rim. Timed it perfectly to get in position to get the rebound. Made them both.
10-7 the score.
So now if you're Roncalli and the slow pace, you're almost like a quiet basketball game. You got to make something exciting to get your fans excited about what's going on.
Nice drive. Won't finish, though. It's tapped out to Donahue. Anthony Donahue operates with less than 30. He's over to Lynn.
You think they'll go for 1 here?
If I know Coach Wantz like I think I do, I'm going to hold for 1. Babb. To Lynn. Layup, no. Tipped out. Taken by Belmer. A heave by Belt. Could not bank it home. At the end of 1, Heritage Christian leads it by 3 off of a 10-point outing, all 10 points to Miles Colvin. Second quarter upcoming after this. You're watching High School Hoops on IndianaSRN. This second quarter brought to you by College Hunks and Movers. Tonight's game brought to you by KOA Campgrounds Holiday. Whether you're exploring the local area or hanging out at the campground, KOA Holidays are an ideal place to relax and play. There's plenty to do with amenities and services to make your stay memorable. Make your reservation now for the 2021 season. Give us a call at 317-849-1397, located at I-70 and Mount Comfort Road. Also by Officially Human, our foundational goal is to restore respect to game officials and recognize them as authorities on the fields and courts. Visit their website at officiallyhuman.com. Jimmy Cook alongside the coach Keith Myers, the Royals with the basketball. To open this second quarter, they trail by 3. Donahue lines up a triple. They've been unable to get one to go so far tonight. Thelmuth from the mid-range. Gets that to go down. Timeout taken by Heritage Christian. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. Tonight's game also brought to you by Summers Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. When you are looking for prompt and professional service, you can find the experienced team you need at Summers Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. We are family-owned and operated. Call us today at 317-620-1073. Coach, 1-point game right now. Look at the Royals huddle. What do you suppose Coach Watts is passing along in that huddle?
I think he's just saying we got to run the offense, take our time, shorten the game. I think he's afraid if this game gets in the 50s, Jimmy, it might be out of reach right now for Roncalli because they're not scoring very well here lately. So he's playing the short game, playing the percentages. I like the idea that they're going inside. It would be better if they try to go inside a lot more. But, right now you got to be pretty happy. It's 7:23. It's 7:27 left in the first half, and you're only down by 1. This will talk to Coach Wallace about staying in the coach's box. He was all the way down to that one end. You can't be that far down.
I feel like that varies from officiating crew.
Yes.
How aggressive they are with enforcing that.
When I officiated, Jimmy, I didn't see a coach's box.
I could have seen that going either way. I could have seen you saying, you know what, Jimmy, when I was officiating, they got this much space, and that was all they got.
Well, once I called the techno foul, then they had that small space.
Ball was kicked out of bounds. Belt in a jump ball tie-up. Solid defense there from Babb. It'll stay on this end. Royals started the quarter with the basketball. So there's Heritage retaining it on the jump ball.
You hear Coach Wallace telling him clear the lane. He wants Coven to drive the lane.
Really solid ball movement there.
Got to like that defense right there.
Miles at the top. Backing in. Wow. Can't get the friendly roll. And a big rebound by Trevor Lauk. Thelmuth. Donahue. Now over to Lenja.
See, they're one pass away.
Lenja in trouble. Somehow got that around to Lauk.
I don't know how the big fella got that ball.
What, tracking there. Lauk and one. Count the basket.
No.
Trevor Lauk.
No way.
Chance for an old-fashioned three-point play.
That ball should not, that basket should not count. He got fouled way before then. Come on.
Tonight's game brought to you by Officially Human. Our foundational goal is to restore respect to game officials and recognize them as authorities on the fields and courts. Check out our website at officiallyhuman.com.
Okay, thank you. Brenda Hilton will be calling me first thing tomorrow morning.
Coach, the big fellow worked hard for that. And he turns it home.
He did? All right, I'll give it to you. But, You missed me, haven't you?
I did.
I heard you guys talking a couple times in the game. Well, someone in our association. Yeah.
5-0 run for Roncalli out of the gate 2 minutes into the second quarter. Belt for three. That's good. Jack Belt from downtown.
Other than Coven, now Belt's in the scoring column. You see any enthusiasm of any of these teams, though? It's just really.
It's all business right now.
It is, isn't it?
Felmuth gives to Lauk at the top. High pass inside. They go to Babb. He can't get it to fall. Rebound cleared by Belt. Now here's Miles. Look out. Stops. Pops. Puts it in. Miles Colvin with 13. And an official's time for some subs. And now I think a 30-second timeout will be taken by Roncalli. We'll stay here. 5:19 left to go in this first half. Heritage Christian by 4. Tonight's game also brought to you by Burtner Electric. We do more than service repairs. We also wire new homes all around the Indianapolis area. You can ask your builder to use Burtner Electric Incorporated when you build a new home. For free estimates, call Burtner Electric today at 317-565-7779. Also, tonight's game presented on IndianaSRN. If you're having a viewing party, let us know. Tweet us at IndianaSRN and be ready for the shout-out. Follow us for all your updates and so much more on Twitter at IndianaSRN. And, of course, go to YouTube.com, search IndianaSRN, and click that red and white subscribe button. Make sure notifications are turned on so you never miss a second of our broadcast and have access to over 800 archived games. IndianaSRN, where you're always
in the game. Hey, I just got a text from my nurse, and she said I was right on the call, that should not have counted. So even the nurse agrees with me that was a interesting call.
I appreciate your nursing staff doing that, and I know who your nurse is, but I don't remember asking for outside consultation.
She's got to help me.
Shot up and in. Good there for Leffler. Much love to the great Debbie Byers, nonetheless. 6 points now for Leffler, 2-point game. Everybody's starting to kind of get in a rhythm offensively.
A little bit.
Oh, what an attempt there by Belt. Could not get it to go. Everybody fighting for the rebound. Belt stays with it and scores. 5 in the quarter for Jack Belt. Lead back to 4.
That means he never gave up on that ball, Jimmy. You got to applaud that.
Always love the effort, particularly from the senior. Leffler. Now Felmuth. Donahue was calling for it in the corner. He'll match up there with McLemore.
You got to spread that out a little bit more, Jimmy. Don't you agree? I mean, you're a little too close. Spread that out a little bit. Run that weave a little bit wider than as narrow as they've got it.
I'll get to that as they make an entry pass to Lauk, and they'll say he shuffled the feet. We mentioned at the top of the broadcast, and it's been confirmed now the way this game has gone, that Coach Wantz is putting in lineup changes now, so we don't know how much real game action they've gotten together. I agree with your point that they need to be spaced out more, but I think that's something that's just going to have to come naturally with time.
Yes, I agree with you there, and you see the officials, taking hold of that. Last night in your game at the Addicts game, 15, 16 travel calls in that game, a lot of travels. It seems to be more of a emphasis in the second half than it was in the first half of the season.
Yeah, I feel like there was a pocket of 2 or 3 games to open, 2 to 3, maybe 4 games where it was severely focused on, and then like you said, they went away with it for most of the first half, and now it's back as a point of emphasis. Colvin for 3 won't go. Loose ball last touched by Leffler. It'll stay on this end. So that's something that I would imagine if they're focusing on it right now with just a few weeks from sectional start. In fact, the draw for the 111th annual IHSA Boys State Tournament is next Sunday night, the 21st at 7 p.m. So with us on the doorstep of that, you can expect those type of travels to be a point of emphasis in the tournament as well.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Belt is hand-checked by Lauk. Want to confirm that call, but it looked like by his body language, indeed it was. That's his first and the 4th on the Royals. Be side out. Alex Belmer will be the trigger man. Colvin. Saw the trap. Nice feed. Cobb gets the friendly iron. Nice play there from sophomore to senior. It's a play we might not have seen from Miles Colvin at the start of this year.
No, as a freshman. As a freshman, he would have probably shot that ball. Talking to a lot of people, and he is probably on target.
Thomas Felmuth from the foul line. The teams exchange buckets here.
closing that last thought on COVID, he's probably one of the top sophomores in the state of Indiana.
I don't think there's a question about that. Miles to the rim. And an offensive foul was the call. They'll say he extended the forearm. That's Miles' second, so that's no bueno for Heritage Christian. You're going to likely have to sub him out for a minute, and their offense has leveled out from his barrage to start the game, but can it continue with him on the bench?
Yeah, with 2:42 to play in this first half, how much will you miss him? And how long does he stay on the bench in the third quarter? Does he stay a couple minutes on the third quarter? I think you probably start him in the third.
Coach Wallace going to have to participate in that game as we go, and I think that might be an illegal screen or a foul away from the ball on the Royals. The foul is going to go against Aiden Leffler. His first and the fifth on the team.
How about this for a score? Lawrence Central and Center Grove are playing today. At the end of one, 15-14 at Lawrence Central.
Those are always fun affairs to be a part of.
Man, I tell you what, that MIC conference is a good conference.
One of the best in the state. We talk so highly of the Circle City Conference, but you can't deny the talent involved in the MIC, that's for sure. Dorsch controls. Now Belt for three. Jack Belt left that one long, trying to track down his own shot. Belmer has it now. Belt in the corner, tries again. A triple is good. Jack Belt's second three of the quarter. 8 all in this second, and the lead is ballooned to 7.
Maybe he didn't like where he was in the first time, and he went over and he got his lucky shoes on.
When you have the luxury of a second rebound and a second chance at it.
Especially he had an open look, too. No one there to pick him up.
Royals looking for some offense, trying to force feed down low to Babb. It's stolen away. Babb, nice play to keep that ball alive, and the foul is going to be assigned to the Royals. It'll go against Luke Kegaris. That'll be his second.
And for the first time, you saw both teams go right back at it. Did a nice job of really, really getting aggressive to the ball. I like that enthusiasm on the floor.
That's the type of energy level you want going for every 50-50 ball, particularly with the postseason so close. That's the mentality you want in the second season.
I told my kids when we played, I wanted to win 90% of the 50-50 balls, and I don't care how dirty your uniforms get, we'll wash them.
Dorsch with a nice crossover. McLemore in the corner, matched up with Babb. Great defense there by Matthew.
Just cut that baseline right off.
90 seconds to go in the period. Wild shot there by Belt. Rebound cleared. They push up ahead. Gore thought he had Babb inside, and they'll say Babb was fouled before by McLemore. I think that's the 7th team foul. Correction, that's just the 6th. That's just great producing there by Troy.
Yep.
He was on top of it right away.
Sure. Well, he's a basketball official. He knows what's right and wrong. He'll discuss this insinuation.
Yeah, I was going to say, I want to know what he thinks. Gore for 3 won't go. Rebound by Bryce Riggle, who snuck in there. Less than a minute now.
You won't like what he says. You would have been a great coach if I were officiated, because you would disagree with everything I did.
Would have been a little bit of fun relationship.
It would be. Well, but that's what we have now.
Exactly. Do you think the Eagles hold for one here?
I think you do. I mean, you're in control of this game. Why throw something up quick, set up the offense? I would go to 34, down low.
McLemore matched up against Kegaris. Now Riggle, less than 30. The 7-point advantage has grown since Miles Colvin went to the bench. Hats off to the second unit of Heritage Christian. And they will run this all the way down. Dorsch, nice crossover. Behind the back he goes. Leaves it for Riggle with 7.
Now you got to go.
Riggle to Belt with 4. Belt with 3. Belt with 1. Rises way off the mark. Great defense by the Royals to close that first half. However, the damage is done in that second quarter. 13-9. The Eagles outscore the Royals, and they lead it by 7 at the halftime break, 23-16.
You know, you run down the clock for, 28 seconds, and you got that shot. You got to look for a better shot than that shot, and good defense by the Royals to make that happen.
This was 16-14 at one point in the early stages of that second quarter. After that, it was a 7-2 run for Heritage Christian. That's how they close that second quarter, and that's what brings us to halftime. Again, that second quarter brought to you by College Hunks and Movers. We'll step away for the intermission. When we come back, we'll have the third quarter and so much more. Heritage Christian by 7 on IndianaSRN.
Piper Group Warehouse has a strong commitment to their clients as their logistics provider. If you would like to discover how you can improve your service levels while lowering your overall cost, Piper Logistics Group can help. Call Greg Piper today at 317-396-3916. Piper Logistics Group.
Well, I just joined the foundation in September. I'm thrilled for the opportunity to be part of this team and part of this program. I love high school athletics. It's been meaningful for me, my family, and my children, and I'm just thrilled for the opportunity to be part of the team. We can make a difference, and I feel like when you come into this job, for me personally, you get a chance to go make a difference in this area of the state, in all 3 of our districts, from state line to state line.
I heard about the foundation from Bobby Cox, and he called me and said, would you be interested? Well, how do you say no to an organization that your father's been involved in? I've participated. I've given lectures to coaches on athletic training and participation. So I jumped at the opportunity to give something back to the IHSAA.
Well, the foundation's set up currently to start to provide programs for schools around the state, specifically for student leadership opportunities, coach, administrator, principal, superintendent development opportunities for them as well.
Well, obviously sports is our world here at the Indianapolis Colts, and you can't work for a pro football team without being a huge proponent of sports in general. And the things that sports teaches young people, it mirrors life in a lot of ways. It teaches teamwork and goal setting and perseverance, discipline, and it also teaches you the rewards of hard work. And there's such a high and adrenaline rush when you've achieved or been victorious or performed well after months, if not years, of preparation and hard work. And that's just one of the reasons that we support the IHSAA Foundation.
Yes, I think that quite clearly there are communities that have rallying, galvanizing impacts, and high school sports has always been that in the state of Indiana. But you also see that growing commitment around communities as they spend their evenings with their children as well as with the people that they know in their communities, and it really brings communities together. So I think that high school athletics has a significant role in positive development of our various communities around the state. You can't quite compete if you don't have the same equipment, you don't have the same resources, you don't have the same nutrition, you don't have the same sort of coaching, but you can elevate that by contributing to the IHSAA's foundation, which supports those initiatives.
Every young person deserves the opportunity just the same to participate and to be a part of things. And so the opportunity the foundation has to increase the role of student athletes in their community, to strengthen the relationship and the role and the effectiveness and the leadership of their coaches, to learn to be leaders. Being a part of a team is a great leadership development experience.
Women who are in board roles, women who are leading companies, guess what? One of the number one alignment items is leadership in played high school and probably college sports. That matters, and both of those are education based. So it had an impact on me. I'm now a businesswoman. I also coach basketball, but having to juggle education and sports and perform both at a high level is really, really a lesson learned for life.
Education-based athletics matters, the student and the athlete. We take that seriously, the student first, the athlete second. The field of play is an extension of the classroom where these kids are learning life lessons that they will take with them for the rest of their lives.
Athletics is an extension of the classroom. And how it impacted me, I had to learn how to operate on a team. And then as I became a captain, then I had to learn how to coach and guide my colleagues. Guess what? That then happened at work. 10 and 20 and now 30 years later. You have to learn how to show up and be on time. The bus leaves. If you're not there, you can't go.
I think in high school athletics, you learn a lot about leadership. I was able to be a team captain for 3 years, and I learned so much that it's not just about the position, but it's about the influence that you're able to make towards a positive change with a mission greater than yourself. And that lesson for me has been able to apply to going to Notre Dame, being a team captain there, to going and playing 5 years professionally and a year in the NBA. And there's a difference in the resilience of the athletes that played high school athletics. And there's a difference in how they're able to bounce back the day after a tough loss, or they're able to bounce back after a coach corrects them on the thing that they need to do. And the resilience and the opportunity to be able to lead in that way is something that's going to carry well past, but be able to be learned better there than it can, in my opinion, any other place.
Well, our patrons can all go to our website and they can get involved with donating to the foundation. We like to call that investing. We're investing in young people, investing in our schools. And then our schools will have an opportunity to solicit funds in the forms of grants from our foundation board, and we will entertain those grants on an annual basis and make awards based upon those requests that we receive. And we want that to be an ongoing and a growing opportunity for not only our patrons that support us at our contest and our communities, but also our member schools to identify things they feel that are important in their schools and their communities where they need additional funding and support, and that's something that the foundation can be a part of.
Or moving project has arrived, and College Hunks Hauling, Junk, and Moving has you covered. Honest, uniformed, nice, knowledgeable, service. College Hunks Hauling, Junk, and Moving.
Burtner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment, whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Welcome back to IndianaSRN's coverage of high school hoops. Jimmy Cook alongside the coach Keith Myers. Halftime is all but wrapped up. Third quarter about to get started. We're here at Roncalli High School, home of the Royals, as Heritage Christian leads by 7 at the halftime break. Coach Keys for both teams starting first with the visiting Eagles with that 7-point lead in pocket.
Well, I think you continue to what you did. You know, one of the goals were that you continue to do what you did against LaPel, and they've done that. They've controlled the offense. They've controlled the boards. A great first half by Miles Coven, and then Jack Belt helped a little bit in the second quarter. They have won the edge of the rebounds, and they've hit some open looks, three-point land. For Roncalli, you're not really you're doing well, but I think it should be maybe one more pass. I like the inside game. I think Lauk has 5 points. I'd like to see him end up with maybe 15, but the inside game is not in there yet. I think they can win the edge on the inside game as well. So very interesting first half, very quiet first half. 23-16 reminds us of last year a little bit. If you get the first one to get to 35 may win this thing.
Yeah, last year's game ended up running away towards the tail end. Roncalli ended up winning by 20, 50-30. But you're right, similar vibes to where we're at right now. 7-point window for Heritage Christian, hoping to keep that locked and shut. Meanwhile, the Royals of Roncalli hopeful to get a little run to start this third quarter. And this third quarter is brought to you by Piper Logistics.
Sorry about that. You and I know they'll have a run or two with them.
Kagaris from the foul line. It's good. Luke Kagaris, his first basket of the night. 5-point game just like that. Get a first look at the Eagles' offense in this third quarter. McLemore controls. Mouse Cova, number 11 on your screen, had 13, but he is there with 2 fouls. That was your answer to your question, Coach. He'll start this third quarter out on the floor.
Yeah, very interesting. You got to get him. You got to keep him out of foul trouble.
McLemore lost it off his knee. Solid defense there by the Royals. Lauk and Gore forcing the trap.
A little bit too much dribbling again. If any bugaboo for McLemore, I think sometimes he tries to do too much on the dribble. He's better catch, shoot, and plays better defense.
Forcing inside to Lauk. Did he shuffle the feet first? No, an offensive foul. Andrew Wiggins staying strong and taking the charge, and that's the second on Lauk.
I tell you what, I would not want to take that charge from that young man.
I wouldn't either. We joke about aggressive guards. They're like a Mack truck. I don't know what the equivalent is there for Lauk, but it's a big presence that I don't want to have to be thrown to the court by.
Center Grove leads at halftime 32-23 against Lawrence Central. Keep you updated with all the scores.
Might be a moving screen. Let's see. It is a moving screen. Going to go against Wiggins, or Cobb, excuse me. That's Cobb's second.
So off ball, the officials are looking more off ball tonight than I've seen officiating crew to do that. And they're picking up the cheap foul, and you got to clean up the game because that chippiness can cause problems.
Kagaris. Now Gore walking the baseline. It's tipped. Bodies everywhere. Lauk first to it. Gets it over to Leffler, and he tried to bounce feed inside to Gore. It was kicked. It'll stay with the Royals.
How about the
baseline left?
How about the big fellow on the floor, huh?
Lauk, a 6'6" frame, just diving down there.
Love it.
Put his body on the line, giving life and limb for that. Gore gets to Lauk. The last option on the inbounds. Lauk almost shuffled the feet there. Now Gore gets directions from Coach Wantz. About 2 minutes gone in this third quarter. Great defense on this possession so far by the Eagles. Not a ton of movement going on for the Royals. Colvin all over him. Gore froze him a tad. Can't turn it home, but will head to the charity stripe, and if that's on Miles, that's his third. If you're Heritage Christian, you're breathing a sigh of relief for a moment until you realize that's Cobb's third.
Yeah, that's right. You know, Roncalli plays Heritage Christian tonight, and then next week we have the Guerin Catholic game right back here next week to finish out the Circle City Conference for them. They can go above 500 in the conference with a win tonight. They could be right at 500.
Be perfect for them with the postseason just around the bend.
You know, we talk about that conference. What a great conference with 3A, 4As, and 2A schools in the conference.
Gore splits the pair there. It gives him 2 on the night. You're exactly right, Coach. It's a beautiful blend of talent across those classes, and it makes for, as we mentioned, more often than not, pound for pound, one of the more exciting and enjoyable and dominant conferences across the entire state. Nice adjustment there for Darren Cobb, playing with those 3 fouls. Gets to go, makes it a 6-point advantage. Lead's been as high as 7. That was your halftime margin.
And Scott Flatt is probably watching this game. We got to congratulate the Covenant Christian Warriors for winning this conference early in the year.
Luke Kageris from downtown. He's got 5 all here in the quarter. 3-point game. Colvin, baseline, he finishes. What a pretty move by Miles Colvin. He's got 15. Now, you're exactly right about Covenant Christian, Coach. Coach Flatt and company, they went to work right away with those conference games and locked this thing up early. Leffler, a lot of contact, and it's an offensive foul. Looked like he might have been okay, but he was out of control there on the spin. And that's going to be the second on Leffler.
Yeah, and right away, Leffler looks like he got up, but kind of took the hit.
There's a lot of contact there. Hope everybody's all right as Miles Colvin will walk it up.
And, you know, we're at 4:55, and we're at 27-22, Jimmy.
This is a defensive effort. Miscommunication there. Nice finish by Wiggins. He gets into the scorebook. Lead back to its largest of the night at 7, 29-22. It's a 4-3 run by Heritage Christian over these last couple of minutes. Gore. Low pass there to Leffler.
Hard to handle that pass.
Gore for 3. In and out. Colvin the high rebound, approaching the halfway point of this third quarter. Great vision. Beautiful passes, but Gore with the active hands. And they'll say that on the sideline was Leffler. He'll stay with Heritage Christian. Alex Belmer will be the trigger man. Looking for an entry point. Gets one over to Belt.
Okay, he's calling 4 down, so watch the big guys touch the ball here.
Colvin rises. Off the mark. Loose ball, battle for it, and it'll go against the Royals.
I don't think Colvin understood the 4 deep.
And Lauk better be careful because they're having a discussion, I believe. Going to go on Lynch. His second and a delay of game warning has been called on Roncalli.
Yes.
They don't have any use to delay game the rest of the way. It'd be a technical foul. Colvin. What a crossover. Left that long, though. Got the bench on their feet. Rebound, Leffler. Lead is 7 for Heritage Christian. Royals looking for a basket.
Does not seem like Roncalli wants to run the ball.
Will be patient with their offensive sets. Might have been a shuffle of the feet. A rejection there by Wiggins after the fact. Coach Wantz and the officials having a conversation.
You know, this is great officiating, though. He goes, he talks, he had a question, he listens. What you don't want is the official not trying to listen to the coach. Both coaches and officials really treating each other with some respect there with the listening.
Wiggins operates. Now Belt. They'll reset things. Tonight's game brought to you by Chimney Solutions. Look no further than Chimney Solutions, Indiana. Colvin can't turn that home, but he'll shoot some free ones. And with Chimney Solutions, look no further than their handiwork. Since their very first customer, they've been committed to delivering the highest level of customer care and the most professional and reliable chimney and fireplace services. Call us today at 317-757-9679. And by Alley Cat Gymnastics. Do you have a child attending a daycare or preschool in the greater Indy area? Are they interested in gymnastics or a Ninja Warrior class? Alley Cat Gymnastics is the mobile program that brings the fun to your child's school or daycare. We even have ninja classes for your little warrior. For more information, visit our website at www.alley, that's ALLIE, catgymnastics.com, or call us at 317-820-1037. 94-84.
I think I'm going to sign Troy up for the little ninja warrior.
Think he's up for the challenge?
Yeah, I think so. Thanks, Allie.
17 points for Miles Colvin, largest lead of the game for the Eagles at 9. Royals in desperate need of a basket. Kegaris gives to Linge. They'll reset things. A little miscommunication there by the Royals offensively. Linge. They feed Kegaris. Back to Linge. And did he shuffle the feet, or was he hand-checked? They say he was hand-checked by Belmer. It's the third on the Eagles. We're at a critical juncture in the ballgame right now, Coach. If you're the Royals, I'm not saying that you can't rally back, but this 9-point lead feels more like 18 the way the offense has flowed tonight.
Especially because of the slow pace of the game. You're right. This is a very important possession.
In the corner, in and out. Rebound won by Colvin. Eagles flashing ahead. Miles to Belt for 3. Jack Belt left that long. Rebound Kegaris. See if the Royals push. Skip pass in the corner. Donahue. Left it short. Had 2 good looks in that corner. Could not knock it down. Miles the other way. He stripped, and it'll stay on this end.
That's great defense. Got the ball on the way up.
Timeout taken. Sounded like a full timeout. Let's wait for confirmation. It is a full timeout taken by the Royals. We'll take one as well. 2:02 left to go in this third quarter. Eagles lead it by 9 on IndianaSRN.
Burtner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment, whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
Tonight's game brought to you by Reynolds Farm Equipment. Reynolds Farm Equipment is your local full-service John Deere dealer. Browse our selection online or come in and test drive. Get in a yellow seat today. Equipment built to last so you can save big. 12501 Reynolds Drive, Fishers, Indiana, or give Reynolds Farm Equipment a call at 317-849-0810. Of course, this third quarter also brought to you by Piper Logistics. 2:02 left to go in this third quarter. Jimmy Cook alongside the coach Keith Myers, a 9-point lead for the Eagles with the basketball.
You know, you look at a big basket from one or the other team could seal this thing, your faith. If you're Heritage Christian, you knock down a 3, this game could be well out of hand.
The way the pace has gone, you just think it might get put out of reach. Royals looking for a stop and then some points. They've scored just 6 points in this half. Make that this quarter, rather. Both statements are true. 90 seconds to go in the quarter.
And now Heritage Christian's playing the same game Roncalli's playing. Very patient, deliberate, get their open shot they want.
And I wonder how patient they'll be, because you got less than 90 seconds now in the quarter. How content are they to let this thing run down a bit? Miscommunication stolen away by Felmuth. Thomas tried to leave it for a shooter. Good crossover by Ling. Blocked away by Colvin. Miles got lazy with the pass, though. It's turned back over to the Royals.
It's a typical sophomore mistake, right? I mean, you had the ball. You got numbers. Continue to dribble down the basket.
Got fancy with it. I like the flash and flare from Colvin, but that time just needed a little bit more energy on the pass.
Yep, I agree.
64 seconds to go in this third quarter. Royals trail by 9 with the basketball. Linge. Floater. No. Rebound Colvin. Linge is down. Colvin to Belt. And an official's timeout will be the call.
That's a great officiating by the officials. There was no fast break. There was no points aggressively. Both teams now go to the bench.
We'll take one as well. We'll step aside.
This is the Frells family's land. When the sun comes out, the kids run and play right there. This used to be a shed. Now, it's where they get breakfast. This is more than just land. It's home. The Frells family runs with us on a John Deere 1 Series tractor. This land isn't the only thing that should live on for generations. Nothing runs like a deer. Search John Deere 1 Series for more.
Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
Welcome back to Roncalli High School. Carson Lynch appeared to walk off the floor to some applause. So we send our best wishes to him. Hopefully it's a speedy recovery, whatever the case is.
And this is almost like a free timeout for Roncalli. You know, I know you want to take care of the player, and it's great that the player's up, but, you know, you get a free timeout here to tell your kids what you want them to do down the floor.
If I'm Heritage Christian, I'm holding for one here, unless a wide-open look becomes available.
Now, I agree, Jimmy. I think that's great coaching, and I'm rubbing off on you. You might be, you know, if you don't.
There's hope for me yet?
Yeah, if you give up broadcasting, you could be a good coach.
Catch and shoot three, Mason Kay from downtown. He was shooting it at 25% from the arc this season prior to that triple. Lead is now 12. An answer. Donahue left it short. Rebound Colvin. He's got 20 seconds to work with. And Miles here's to pull it back out. They'll wisely officially hold for one here. Never mind. Miles wants to go full speed. Why not? 19 for him. Final seconds of the quarter. A drive. Gore is hacked from behind with .4. So Caden Gore will head to the charity stripe to close out this third quarter. This is a 9-0 run since it was a 5-point game at 27-22 for Heritage Christian. Gore's 2 for 4 at the line tonight. Make it 3 of 5.
And with .4, you can get a shot up, but I think
give him 4 of 6. Much needed points. A baseball pass. Kay can't get it off. Hit the top of the backboard. Wouldn't have counted anyway. So 2 free throws for the Royals there. Stops the bleeding a bit. But it's still a 12-point game heading in to the final quarter. 13-8. The Eagles outscore the Royals in that third frame. Stay with us. Final quarter up next. You're watching High School Hoops on IndianaSRN.
They say nice guys don't finish first. So maybe it's time to reconsider what it means to be first.
It's about being your best, but knowing you could be even better.
It's being present, but respectful of history.
You sure you want to make that move?
It's donating something more valuable than money.
It's believing in yourself and something bigger.
It's coming from different families, but treating each other like brothers.
It's not just being a man, it's being a Mason.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Back at Roncalli High School for the final quarter. Eagles with the basketball leading by 12. This fourth quarter brought to you by your Indiana High School Athletic Association. Plenty of games on the network tomorrow, Coach, but in particular, regional action for girls basketball in the state tournament.
We have 2 girls regionals. Both of them start at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Check us out.
John McLemore, his first basket of the night.
And we have Covenant Christian boys basketball tomorrow night against Eastern Hancock. You and Drake Wally on the call.
Looking forward to that one. The way Heritage Christian's playing right now, it'll be a fun contest. High arcing shot by Felmuth, no. Quality rebound by Kegaris, he scores. Kegaris has been the main workhorse for the Royals in this second half. He's got 7 points. In fact, he has 7 of the 11 points the Royals have scored in half number 2. Nobody boxed out Miles Colvin. Don't see him active on the glass that often, at least for tip backs like that. Takes advantage there. 21 points for Miles Colvin. Three-pointer off the mark.
How many?
Left short by Felmuth, 21 for him.
Pretty nice night.
Averages right around 18, so he's above his average.
Tell you what, as a sophomore, he's going to get bigger and stronger.
His career is going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, you bet.
A little pressure being applied by the Royals, hoping to speed things up, get a turnover. They do just that. Gore leaves it. Aller for 3. In and out. It's been that kind of night offensively for Roncalli. Felt like a lid's been on the basket. They've had a couple good looks from downtown. That one, the closest of them all.
You knock that down, and you're right back into this thing.
Colvin almost lost it. Able to get it back. Miles put him on skates and finishes. My word, 24 for Colvin.
Was that 3?
From downtown.
That was a 3.
The lead is ballooned to 17. That was unfair. That was dirty. Oh, boy, was it smooth for Miles Colvin. And a nice finish on the other end by Michael Hegwood off the bench. A chance for an old-fashioned three-point play. Some instant offense there for the junior.
Kopp is in trouble with 4.
Keep an eye on that.
You know, he's another big guy that they need down the stretch.
Well, I do want to at least address one thing offensively. We mentioned this. We talked to a number of people with Roncalli in regards to where they're at right now with their roster. They're going to be working and experimenting with different lineups on the back end here. This is by no means the complete offensive picture that we're going to see by the time the postseason rolls around. And give credit to Heritage Christian because they are finally starting to find their gear and their footing on both ends of the floor.
And they understand the role players, and I think that's what that's what you, with 3 or 4 games left, you need to find who your role players is and then go to them.
Leads at 14.
I just like the patience that Heritage Christian has the last couple of times down the floor.
Dorsch almost shoveled the feet. What a cut by Riggle. He blew the layup, though. The rebound to Kegaris.
Now, that's a frustrating foul
from
there.
behind. Yep.
Yeah, you just do not do that. Just go back and play defense.
Don't expect that from the senior. It's all right, though. Back into the game is Jack Belt. And Riggle sub out. Gabe Horn out there for the Royals, the junior. Kegaris operates, has a man wide open, found Gore, hesitates with Dorsch and one. Caden Gore's first field goal of the game and a chance for an old-fashioned three-point play. You finally got a little bit of movement by the Royals offense, something we haven't seen for most of this contest.
You spread it out a little bit, didn't you?
Leads to some success for him. Gore gets the friendly roll. 8 points for him. 11-point game. Still time here for Roncalli. The way Heritage Christian operates offensively, there's not a lot of time here, but there is a conversation to be had about an opportunity to rally back in this game.
You just got to put pressure on the basketball.
You got to play almost perfect on both ends. Colvin likes this matchup. Goes baseline. It's fouled and one. Miles Colvin, an offensive clinic tonight. 26 for him. His high on the season was 29 against Cardinal Ritter to open the season.
It just seems like he just wants the ball and not afraid to take the ball. Full timeout by Heritage Christian.
We'll take one as well. 4:33 left to go in this final frame. Eagles by 14.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Back at Roncalli High School, the visiting Eagles dominating this one by 14. Tonight's game brought to you by Officially Human. Our foundational goal is to restore respect to game officials and recognize them as authorities in the fields and courts. Check out our website at officiallyhuman.com and by the IHSA Sportsmanship Program. I want to thank our fans for their continued commitment to promote good sportsmanship. Remember, the folks in black and white shirts are doing this job for our student athletes. Be respectful. We thank you. Banks not open there for Aller. Hegwood able to track it down, though. Horn finds Gore, matched up with Colvin, and now the Royal offense will reset things. Kager has been their most effective offensive weapon in this second half. Gore, high, skip pass, somehow tracked that down. Did Aller. They find Aller all alone in the corner. Left it short.
Boy, they just can't buy a basket when they need a basket, can they?
So many good looks from downtown. And the other way, everything's going in. Jack Belt can turn it home and make it a three-point play at the charity stripe. 10 points now for Belt, and the lead is at 16.
You know, you got nights like this, you just hope you don't get many of them, because everything that Heritage Christian has done has really done, they've done well tonight.
11 points for Heritage Christian, and if you are a member of the Eagles faithful, boy, you're happy the way the offense is looking tonight. You want to see that in the postseason. Feed inside, Hegwood. Ran out of space, bounced off the shoe of Horn. Up ahead to Colvin, look out, Miles throws it down. 29 for Colvin, matches a season high. We mentioned he had 29 in that opener against Ritter all the way back on December 5th. And a timeout taken by the Royals. A full timeout. We will step away as well. 3:15 left to go in this one. It's a 19-point advantage for Heritage Christian on IndianaSRN.
I'm Keith Myers, Vice President of IndianaSRN. Thanks for joining us. Do you know IndianaSRN broadcasts 350 games a year? All sorts of sports? Yeah, we do. Hard to believe, isn't it? IndianaSRN loves to put student athletes first on our website. If you're a business out there, we probably could help you too. Contact us at coach@indianasrn.org. Grandma from out of state thanks you. Mom and Dad who can't get to the game thanks you as well. In fact, our athletes watch the games over and over again. Our military has enjoyed the games as well. So sit back and enjoy the game. It's IndianaSRN.
Heritage Christian by 19, and that advantage has grown, and thanks in part to the play of Miles Colvin. 29 for him, but none more emphatic than this play a moment ago. Take flight, young Colvin.
You know, back in the day, Jimmy, that's how I used to play. That 6-foot rim in the backyard, never the same once I slam dunked.
Many a highlight play made there.
Beautiful.
Rose with the basketball out of the timeout. Beautiful find, Alex Mole. It's cut, though, by Colvin. Able to shut that down real quick. Kegaris now to Horn. Feeds the baseline, a power dribble, and a finish there by Michael Hegwood. He now has 5. Still see a handful of starters out there for the Eagles. Still trying to get full consistency and rhythm.
Well, this is a good momentum for them because they play tomorrow night, so they got to get their legs, play Eastern Hancock, a 2A school that could be a regional opponent for them. So wise move here by Coach Wallace to get things, keep things rolling. As he talked to me earlier this week, he wants to continue the victories stacking up as the season comes on.
Hand check call on a Hegwood, so it'll lead to free throws upcoming for the Eagles. 1-and-1s the rest of the way for both teams with the penalty in effect. Belt a 63% free throw shooter at the charity stripe. Give him 12 now on the evening.
Tomorrow night's game, 7:30 right here on the network.
Looking forward to that one. Always fun to see Heritage Christian. A laser pass through the baseline and some contact. That's finished by Alex Mole, his first basket of the night. Some nice pieces, particularly young pieces on this Roncalli roster. You feel like that it's a promising future for Coach Watts and company. Still plenty of season left for them. They'll be in action in Sectional 11, the Decatur Central Sectional. Nice cut there by McLemore. He finds Belt, 90 seconds to go in this one.
Real quick, we want to thank both athletic directors and administration for allowing us to do what we do. Appreciate David Lauk, Rob Brown, who's helped us great. Brownie, thank you so much. We always appreciate talking to you.
Colvin, another slam. 31, a season high for Miles Colvin. And an exclamation point on this one. Foul on the floor before the shot by Kegaris. Let's take another look at this drive and slam for Miles. It's a lack of communication on the backside. Royals thought they had help. Instead, Miles takes a magic carpet ride for 2. First free throw good for Kegaris. Been a bright spot for the Royals in this second half.
He's played well.
8 points for him off the bench for the sophomore. Give it 9. I think a buzzer for subs. That's Asher Thompson, the senior, checking in.
He's played a lot of players tonight too, Jimmy. I mean, Coach Wallace has played at least 8, 9 deep.
He cycled through a number of different options. You mentioned 8 or 9, give or take there, and now getting into the part of the bench, giving valuable minutes for hardworking seniors. We've got a hand check, I think, against Horn. That's Gabe's second, and now we'll walk to the other end and shoot some free ones. Well, that's the last thing you want if you're either team this stage of the game, particularly on an off-ball foul. Belmer at the line. Makes the first, his first basket of the night. Now 57% free throw shooter on the season. Splits them.
Could be a fun ride home on that bus.
You're going to get your second win in school history against the Royals.
And 1-0 in this gymnasium.
It's a great point as well. Going to be
the Vinny.
Going to be a senior season for Miles Colvin before he's back in this gym. Colvin operates, and a timeout taken by Coach Wallace. We'll stay here. 43.4 to go in this final quarter. It's an 18-point lead for Heritage Christian.
And this timeout is strictly for teaching you late game situations. A lot of people go, you got this game won, why are you doing this? you're going to be in a situation probably during the tournament time when you're down by 2 or you're up by 1 with 43 seconds to go. Here's what I want, Ryan. This is what I want you to do. And I'm guaranteeing you they're going to get to a one-shot area, the shot they want. Nothing more, nothing less.
Got to take advantage of every opportunity as a coach. No doubt, similar thought process in the Coach Wants huddle for Roncalli. Take advantage of situations like this. Colvin will operate, and my question will be, how quick will they go here? Belmer gives back to Colvin. 30 seconds left in this one. A game well in the cooler for Heritage Christian.
Heritage will go to 8-7 on the year.
A tie game, just a handful of times, most recently back at 5-5. And it's going to hold this one out. Good show of sportsmanship there by Heritage Christian. Belmer will dribble it out, and that will do it for just the second time in school history. The Heritage Christian Eagles have defeated Roncalli. A final of 56-38, and they are back over 500 at 8-7 on the season. Coach, some final thoughts in this one. Quick turnaround for Heritage Christian. We'll be back in action tomorrow night. Myself and Drake Wally have the call there against Eastern Hancock back home in the friendly confines of Heritage Christian. They got a quick turnaround for them, and then for the Royals, they got a week to work with this one, adjust the film, figure out their game plan, and then be back in action as they close out their final home game of the season against Guerin Catholic.
Yeah, if you're Heritage Christian, you want to get on the bus and you want to play right away. Eastern Head call them and say, hey, you want to play a doubleheader? We'll be back at the Confound by Heritage by 11 o'clock. Let's play 2 tonight. But you want to bottle this. Walk through tomorrow morning will be a lot of fun. For Roncalli, you just go right back at it. You watch your girls play probably tomorrow in the regionals, and then you got to go back at it, hit it hard Monday to be ready for a very good Guerin Catholic Ball Club that we've seen play now 3 or 4 times. So, you finish out, if you're Heritage now, you're 500 or a little bit better in the conference. You're in, I think, 3rd place, and you got a chance to maybe finish in 2nd place in this conference with a couple more victories in the conference.
Coach, a pleasure as always, and I know we mentioned it a couple times at the top of the broadcast, I speak for everybody on our broadcast crew saying welcome back, and I'm glad you're doing all right, sir.
I'm glad I'm back too, and thank you for everybody again. It's been very nice to me. A lot of ADs reaching out, and I appreciate it. And David, thank you very much for what you've done, and Michael as well.
Our final in this one, Heritage Christian wins 56-38. Final margin is 18 for the Eagles. We mentioned the second time in school history they have knocked off Roncalli. The Royals fall to 8-10 on the season. We already mentioned they'll have a week to sit with this one before they're back in action in their final home game of the season against Guerin Catholic. Meanwhile, Heritage Christian will be back in action tomorrow night when they host Eastern Hancock, and myself and Drake Wally will have that one. Be sure to stay tuned to the network all day tomorrow. Starting early in the morning, we'll have diving for girls swimming in the state tournament. Mark James on the call there. Our own Jerry Collins doing a great job producing that all day long today and then all day long tomorrow. And then, of course, regional action. We will have plenty of girls state tournament broadcast on the family of networks tomorrow as well. I want to remind you one final note before we go. Unlike most broadcasters, our funding comes primarily from donations and school subscriptions here at IndianaSRN. So please help us put more kids on TV by contacting us either via email, that's at coach@indianasrn.org, or go to indianasrn.org and click that donate button on the website. All of those proceeds go directly back in to our product of IndianaSRN of putting student athletes on your screens, tablets, devices, smartphones, and TVs. For our entire staff and crew tonight, for Troy doing a great job on the ones and twos, and Casey, despite a concession stop early in the broadcast tonight, doing a great job on the camera work. I'm Jimmy Cook, and for the coach Keith Myers as well. Our final in this one, Heritage Christian's 56, Roncalli 38. Until we talk to you tomorrow across all kinds of sports on Indiana SRN. So long, everybody.